Alright, so a lot of people have been asking me, David, what are your thoughts on the new iMac? So I thought I'd, make a video about it. Okay, so let me actually look at apple.com/iMac so I can look at it as I talk. That way it's more accurate. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, yesterday, August 7th, 2007, Apple released the new iMac, finally. A new iLife 08, finally, thank God. New iWork 08, which is sweet for a lot of people. And they also updated .Mac. And they quietly updated the Mac Mini. Finally, thank God. Seriously, the Mac Mini hasn't been updated in like a year and a half. Anyway, so I'm looking at the new iMac right now. You're probably going to hate me for saying this, but I'm sure a lot of other people fully agree with me, or partly agree with me at least. I'm very disappointed in Apple for their design of the new iMac. I mean, it's not that great in my opinion. The last time the iMac saw a big overhaul was obviously from the iMac G4 to the iMac G5. Then over the years, throughout the past 3 or 4 years or so, the iMac G5 got thinner and thinner, and then they finally killed it and came out with the new iMac, obviously. The rumors have been saying that it's going to be like a huge overhaul, totally new design. I mean, I know there's not much else they can do. I mean, it's already like, where did the computer go? It's like all within the display. But I have to say, I'm disappointed in this design. The whole black on silver thing. I don't like how the screen is right here, and then there's the black, and then there's the aluminum bezel. In my opinion, that doesn't look too great. Let me get a bigger picture up here so I can look at it closer. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Apple's thinking. I mean, it just doesn't look that great. I mean, I love Apple for their design, but the whole black on silver thing just doesn't look that great in my opinion. And then there's the black Apple logo under it. Like the border, I don't get it. I don't get what Apple is thinking. Maybe they're going for the more pro look. Yes, it does look more professional, but it's also a little ugly in my opinion. I mean, I hate to say that about an Apple product, because you know me, I love Apple. But this is sorely disappointing. So, I don't know. Maybe over time they'll take away the border. And that chin is still there on the bottom. Yes, I know there's probably not much they can do about that. But if you hold up your hand against the iMac, the photo of the new iMac, it actually looks like an iPhone. So, I think maybe over a year or two, they can do away with the chin, because it's obviously there for a reason. It's obviously housing the components and everything going on inside. So, I was hoping for like an Apple Cinema display design, but with the iMac like shoved inside. So, yeah, okay. Enough bashing it. Well, no, I do have another thought. The display. I've seen pictures of the display in person already. They're in the Apple stores already. And while it looks beautiful and very, very vibrant and very bright, it's glossy. Oh, Apple, come on, what were you thinking? Okay, for the average consumer, sorry, I keep itching here. Maybe it's the heat, I don't know, I'm just itchy. It's glossy. Apple, come on. The average consumer maybe likes glossy, but I'm not your average consumer, and a lot of other people aren't your average consumers. At least give us an option to get the matte. Like the MacBook, that's, you're forced to get a glossy display. But for the MacBook Pro, yes, I know it's a pro computer, but at least they give you the option of giving you glossy or matte. So I think this is a big mistake, and I really hope Apple gives you the choice of glossy or matte within the coming weeks. That's what they did with the MacBook Pro anyway, except it was vice versa. So, overall, I'm disappointed in the iMac design. I mean, it's nice, but I think it could be a lot better. Now, okay, also the back. The back is like completely black. I don't like it too much. Alright, so enough of the iMac directly. Let's talk about the keyboard. For those of you who don't know, Apple also released the new keyboard, which I forgot to say in the beginning of this video. The new standard wired keyboard is very nice. It's very thin. I mean, this thing is so thin, I don't know, you just can't believe it. And then on the end, you have your usual USB ports. which is very convenient in my opinion. And is very identical to the MacBook's keyboard design. I love the MacBook's keyboard, so I can see myself getting used to this keyboard very quickly. But yes, there's a but. Okay, wait. First of all, let's talk about some pros. On the top of the keyboard, obviously this is my old keyboard, but off over the top on the function keys, Apple finally put some media center functionality in those keys. You have like your like play, pause, you have your sleep buttons, brightness, and stuff like that. Sorry, my Mac's telling me it's 4 o'clock. Thank you, Mr. Mac. Gosh. Anyway, so yes, kudos to them for finally adding new basic functions. They took off the Apple logo on the command key, which is kind of disappointing, but it's not really a big deal if you think about it. Anyway, so along with the wired keyboard, Apple also introduced the Bluetooth keyboard. Now, okay, I'm sorry to give Apple even more hate here, but what were you thinking, Apple? I mean, the wired keyboard is beautiful. The design, all the functions, the keypad. I mean, the whole keyboard itself. But on the Bluetooth keyboard, for those of you who don't know, see this end right here? They cut all this off to make it smaller. They cut all this section off, so it's just your basic, your keypad and everything. So basically, they took off the number pad, which really sucks. I mean, I don't know why. They took off the home key, everything like that. Everything is shoved over here. Yes, it's really small. The form factor is great. But in my opinion, I think, Apple, you really made a huge mistake here, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with me. We Bluetooth users, we need that number keypad, so yeah. I really hope you add it soon, but I don't see it happening. I might force myself to get the wired version, but I really prefer not to, because if you've noticed in my setups, I like a clean setup. So, I don't know. Apple's really disappointed me with their design decisions lately. So, with that out of the way, I'm sorry to bash Apple so much in this video, but they kind of deserve it after making these weird decisions. Okay, so if you go to apple.com/iLife, you can see they also came out with a new iLife 08. Finally, I've been waiting for this since January. The features look good. iPhoto, I think it could use more features, but primarily I want to talk about iMovie right here. iMovie, as you know, is my primary video editing application next to Final Cut Express HD. I love iMovie 06, which is the one I use right now, obviously. iMovie 08, totally redesigned. Like, seriously, totally. In a way, this is bad and good. So, in the way this is bad, you're looking at clip thumbnail previews instead of a regular timeline now, which kind of sucks in my opinion, but the interface is beautiful. I know I can't say too much because I haven't actually used iMovie 08, and I won't be using it anytime soon, but I'll talk about that in like a minute. Basically, another pro of the iMovie 08 is finally you can manage your media within there. This has been a complaint from a lot of people, myself included, that when you drop a clip into iMovie from, like, say, my desktop, it has to copy the file over, and it takes, like, minutes just to copy it. But now within iMovie, like iPhoto, you can manage your content right there and edit it right there. So that's great. Kudos to you, Apple, for that. But a big con that really pisses me off about this is it does not work on G4 computers. This really sucks. I mean, I know there has to be some kind of hack around it, but this really sucks and this really hurts me. So unfortunately, I had to stick with iLife 06 because iMovie 06 works beautifully with G4. It's pretty fast, but iMovie 08 requires a G5 or Intel processor, so that kind of sucks. So I didn't want to talk about too much in this video because I don't want to make it too long. But basically, those are my thoughts on the new iMac, the keyboard, and iLife. I did download the trial version of iWork 08, which comes with Keynote, Pages, and a brand new application called Numbers, which is Apple's version of Excel. It's the spreadsheets for the rest of us. I'm quoting Apple there. So I've checked it out. It's pretty neat. The interface is really nice. I especially like the new format bar on the top. That's really nice and convenient. Yeah. But I can't say much about that, just like I can't say much about the iMac or the keyboard, because I haven't actually used them in person. But overall, I think it was an okay day. I mean, obviously, Apple accomplished a lot. They released the iMac, new keyboard, new Bluetooth keyboard, iLife 08, iWork 08, the new .Mac, which I don't really have much to say about because I'm not a .Mac subscriber. And they quietly updated the Mac Minis, finally. Overall, it was an okay event, like I said, but I guess I'm more disappointed than pleasantly surprised, I guess you could say. I don't know how to put that, but I really hope I really hope Apple changes up the iMac design throughout the next year or so, because in my opinion, it's pretty ugly and it's not very Apple-like. So yeah, those are my thoughts, and I would like to hear your opinions, as usual, via text comment or video response is cool with me. So yeah, Apple, I still love you. It's just I'm disappointed in you lately. Anyway, yeah, those are my thoughts. Get back to me if you want. Thanks for watching.